Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be discussing the Papua New Guinea and Australia Defence Treaty that we've just been signed. So this is going to cover two sources. Both are ABC News articles. One is titled Australian Papua New Guinea to Totally Integrate Military in Defence Treaty. And we have the second one, which I'll cover next, as Australia PNG Defence Treaty will require countries to act if either one is attacked. Going off this is truly top level reporting, and as you can truly see, it's not like anyone with a brain could have figured that one out. I mean, what else do you think a defense treaty would be? Anyway, I apologize for the rant. Basically, the first article in short basically discusses how Papua New Guinea and Australia are going to integrate our militaries. With the forces becoming totally integrated as part of a landmark defense treaty between the two nations. The Papua New Guinea Defence Minister Billy Joseph said that the deal was a mutual defence treaty that would see the countries working together to defend each other's territories, and he went on to say that we're not talking about interoperability, we're talking about totally integrating forces. The Australian Defence Force and PNG Defence Force, or PNGDF, will be working together closely, using the same equipment, fighting together, defending our sovereign countries as an integrated force. Dr. Joseph said that the pact would contain a similar to Article 4 of NATO's founding treaty, which says that member countries must consult when any of them feels their territorial integrity, independence, or political capacity is threatened. The deal will allow ADF to recruit Papua New Guinea citizens in the PNGDF to recruit Australian citizens. Briefing document seen by the ABC said. It is also understood that the treaty will provide a pathway for Papua New Guineans to gain Australian citizenship by serving the ADF. I'm going to skip over to the next article because this also covers some slightly more important stuff. And basically goes on to say that both are legally obligated to defend each other, which is what you'd expect from a defense treaty. It says that it goes on to the Papua New Guinean Prime Minister, stating that they cannot, if someone was to invade their country right now, as your Prime Minister, I do not have the capacity to defend you, he said at a press conference. I have a moral obligation to build my military to a level that I can have the capacity to defend Papua New Guinea to every child. There will be further collaboration around cyberspace, electromagnetic warfare, and of course, there's been some concerns. But plans to totally integrate the Australian and PNG Defence Forces could face major legal and political hurdles in the issues, two former military commanders have warned. Commodore Peter Ilal, I think that's his name, basically says that the most important question is who takes ownership of the PNGDF. Loyalty must be to Papua New Guinea, that is guaranteed. And then he says that the pact appeared to be a depart from the policy, calling it a knee-jerk reaction that could affect Papua New Guinea. And of course, can basically start saying China and Japan are heavily investing in this country. If we realign ourselves, we are risking all the investment that's been keeping the country afloat. And of course, Jerry Singurok, a former commander, says that I think we've been blinded by the fact Australia is seeing China as a threat, and basically says, well, China's not a threat. Now, this is all very interesting. I know I'm actually quite a big fan of this treaty. The reason being that this is actually an incredibly good move for Australia. I'm just going to get that out of the way. It's a very, very good thing. Australia should have had a similar deal to this, or should have had something like this already signed. This is, like, it's good. Like, it's really good. They're one of our closest allies and closest countries to us. We should be having a security pact. And it's not some massive throw the Papua New Guineans under the bus. Oh, we're going to use them as a shield. They always were in this place. And this is the reality of it. It's that if a war was to break out, we've already got soldiers, we've already got weapons and equipment up in PNG. We already work with the Papua New Guinean Defence Force. If Papua New Guinea was attacked, we'd defend them anyway. Or at least that's what I'd expect, because PNG is the last stepping stone before you reach Australia. But the reality is that we just didn't have these treaties, we didn't have integration and all this other stuff. Now, a lot of people are criticizing the integration, saying, oh, well, what's the point of that? Are they really working with Papua New Guinea? And the answer is, again, yes, they are, because that's how this works. PNG doesn't have a standardized military. Most of their equipment is very, very versatile. According to Wikipedia, which is one of two sources I can find, the other's a PDF file on basically just weapons that Papua New Guinea has. Their weapon systems range from pretty much anything from a couple of 9mm submachine guns from World War II to a modern day M4 carbine, French made Farmers assault rifles, and M16s. And we've seen all these kinds of weapons being operated by Papua New Guinea. There is no standardization. And of course, this means that there's no parts. If they don't have access to replacement parts for a FAMAS assault rifle, they're not going to be able to replace the guns if they get broken. Same with the M4s, same with all the other rifles they have and all the other weapons. They don't have any cannons, they don't have artillery, they don't have any helicopters that are actually operational for a combat role. They have two light aircraft that can actually carry out a transport role, and these aircraft, whilst they can theoretically have machine guns mounted inside them, and the Papua New Guineans have done this before, the reality is that if you're flying low and slow enough to target someone with a machine gun, every person on the ground can target you with their assault rifles and other weapons. And of course, squad carried machine guns. The point is that realistically, Papua New Guinea's military is not capable of defending itself, and it would be completely reliant upon Australia anyway. And this is, of course, a point that I've been trying to make. I've wanted to make this a video on this for a while now. In fact, I've actually got a video in the works where I'm sort of thinking about it. Basically an Australian type NATO, where it's Australia, America, Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, and then varying other states we can bring in under the fold. The point is that what we should be doing is creating a army based around our military. Australia, in a lot of regards, is a superpower for the fact that we are head and shoulders the most powerful military force in the region. No real country is actually able to match us. You look at Solomon Islands, you look at Papua New Guinea, you look at New Zealand. There is no real country in our immediate region that is capable of matching our capabilities. And realistically, if anyone wants to purchase weapons and they want to get equipment, it's best to go through us in the first place. Additionally, we have a lot of alliances with these countries and we have very beneficial relationships with them. So we should be seeking to further these relationships and seek to strengthen our allies and make them more powerful and capable. Additionally, this means we can operate together and we get more personnel, additional 3,000 personnel for the overall armed forces. And of course, what this leads to is a stronger position for all of us. And of course, this frees up for more reason to justify funding for PNG. If you want to put more money into Papua New Guinea's Defence Force, well, now you've got a really good justification since they will be fighting alongside you, so it's completely in your interest to support and strengthen their military. And the same point is basically there for New Zealand. Australia should be looking at being a major power player here, where we try and create alliances, we try and create groups that are have mutual interests, mutual defense, and want to see a safe region where we can protect ourselves without relying on outside forces. And this is what we should be looking at. This is what we should be trying to do. Australia should be using its place as a powerful country, as one of the most modern militaries in this general region, and most well-equipped militaries in this general region. And that's what we should be doing. We should be trying to use our influence, we should be trying to use our capacity, and we should be trying to take advantage of what we can do. And of course, offer our services in return for other services. And that's the big thing to understand here. The problem is that right now, we are in an awkward position. We are in a difficult place where our militaries are very unaligned. Papua New Guinea doesn't have capacity to deploy. They don't have helicopters. They don't have fighter jets. These are all weapons that PNG really should be trying to get. But at the same time, they're also weapons and systems that they can't afford. So where are they going to get them from? The answer is Australia or New Zealand could theoretically help out. And that's what we're trying to see here, and that's what we're seeing the start of. In my opinion, this is a really, really good move, and I am completely in favour of us supporting these operations, and I'm completely in favour of us continuing this sort of stuff, because it benefits us, it benefits our allies, and it strengthens our alliances as well. And this is the other thing, is that if PNG is more interested in, and if Australia can guarantee PNG that we're going to keep them safe and we can protect them, the reality is that also makes PNG safer, but also more interested in continuing a relationship with Australia. which is the other side of it. If we can guarantee PNG capacity, capability, safety, and security, then there is a reason for Papua New Guinea to stay on our side and continue supporting us. And we should be trying to do this with not just Papua New Guinea, but also all of our allies and all the other countries in the region. But yeah, that's all I've really got for now. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. It really helps the channel. And I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.